Buddha's message to the beggar with a touchstone. There was once a beggar who used to stretch his hands and used to beg for alms. He had no feet, due to which he used to drag himself on the way to beg. He was a skillful beggar. The way he used to beg, the people used to feel empathetic and they used to give him alms. He got so arrogant that he stopped looking at the offerings. He had a sack in which he used to dump all his offerings. So as soon as he used to get his offerings, he used to put it into the sack that he used to roam around with. He used to spend his day collecting the offerings for that day, and then he used to go home. Yes, even though he used to beg, he had a small home of his own where he used to go and sort out all the handouts that he had received during the day. He used to peek into his sack to see if there was anything special that he had received during the day. He was such a skillful beggar that he used to take inventory of the items that he had acquired during the day. So there was a routine he had in his life. Collection during the day, and in the evening he used to take inventory of the items that he secured. The surprising thing was that he used to not enjoy collecting items. They used to just be lying around the house after he took inventory at the end of the day. One day the beggar landed an item and the person that gave it to the beggar said, "It's your karma." He smiled and then he left. He was surprised as to why that person said what they had to say. That evening, when he came home and emptied his sack, he found a rock. He felt so insulted and angry at that person that gave him the rock. He said to himself, "Had I seen that person when he had dropped the rock into my sack, I would have thrown it right to his temple." He said this as he was quite strong in his hands and made an action of how he would have thrown the stone at the person and had an evil grin on his face while he wished that he had done it and felt that the opportunity was missed. So he started thinking, what could I do with the rock that I have got now? The rock looks really cool. Let me do one thing. Let me scrub my utensils with this rock. Seems to be a fine idea, as I don't have anything to scrub my utensils with, and all my vessels are made of clay. So he started scrubbing the utensils with that rock. So one day, while he was washing his utensils outside his home with this rock, Gautam Buddha came by and stood right in front of him while he was scrubbing his dishes. If you watch till the end, you would come to realize the Buddha's message about the beggar with the touchstone. So please don't forget as well to like and subscribe to the channel. Gautama, as I have explained in my earlier video, was really calm and collected philosopher and spiritual teacher that knows no introduction. The beggar didn't know who Gautama was, so he retorted, "This man looks good as he has a serene and peaceful face." Gautama continued to observe the beggar, so the beggar was unsettled and he asked Buddha, "What do you want? Why are you here and why are you looking at me like this?" Buddha answered him, "What are you scrubbing your utensils with?" The beggar was quick to snap back, "What business of yours is it to know what I am scrubbing my dishes with?" He was really disrespectful to the Buddha. "Do you know I don't have all the time in the world to answer your questions? Don't you have any other person to bother right now? Did you find only me out here to annoy?" It's in Buddha's nature that he is very calm and collected, and he would never be discomforted by any such words, let alone from the beggar, but anyone in general. Unfazed as he asked him again, "Why are you scrubbing your dishes with it?" The beggar answered Buddha, "I got this by begging for alms, and someone offered it to me." Buddha asked him, "Who gave it to you?" The beggar replied, "I don't have time to look at faces of people who come and give me these things. Buddha told him, "Do you know what exactly this rock is?" The beggar said, "What do I care? As long as I can scrub my dishes, I'm pretty much happy to have this with me." Buddha told the beggar, "You didn't understand what kind of an object you have acquired." He said, "This has been given to you by God." The beggar laughed and replied to Buddha, "Just because you have worn a saffron robe, I hold my peace, but would have asked you, are you drunk or intoxicated by any chance? Does God come to people like us?" A point to mention here is that God did in fact visit the beggar and gave him the stone, and Buddha clearly knew about it. The beggar didn't believe Buddha. He said, "It's not possible at all. Someone must have played a trick." So Buddha continued, "To make you rich for good, God came by and gave you this stone. This is not an ordinary stone. It's a touchstone. Every iron object the stone touches would turn into gold." Buddha told him, "Here's God's plan for you. He doesn't want you to sell the gold and be rich. By giving you the stone, God wants you to donate all of the gold that you get to the poor in return for all the years that you have begged and hoarded things that you really didn't need. This was done in order for you to earn some merits in your life and cancel out all the acts of wrongdoings and transgressions. So the main reason for you to get the touchstone is for you to donate all of the gold that you accumulate in the process. You have begged for life, now it's time for you to turn things around as well. So God has given you this touchstone. This stone can help the downtrodden and will help you to uplift several people." The beggar said he is not interested in giving any donation to anyone. "I have come here only to take and not to give," was his awful reply to the Buddha. Buddha told him that he always comes to give good direction to people, and he was no different. "The answer to all your transgressions in life is this: I don't like to listen to your answers," said the beggar. Buddha said, "Okay, each one to his own," and then left. The beggar, even though disrespected Buddha, but had an unsettled mind about the touchstone and wanted to know if what Buddha said was correct or not. In his mind, he flip-flopped at the idea that it may be true, or maybe it's not. If I try to find out, maybe I'd get to know if the stone is really a touchstone or not. He got really curious and wanted to know if the stone was real or not. So deep in thought, he dragged the stone to the ground and he came to a religious institution and looked at the entrance of that institution and saw iron railings and decided to try out the touchstone. He touched the railings and then they all turned into gold. He said, "Oh my God, what's the use of this railing turn into gold? It's not going to benefit me in any way." So he was irritated and he was also a half-wit. So he was quick and decisive rather than someone who was wise and generally who takes time to think things out, because thoughts are the key to take a right decision, and people who hasten their decisions by not thinking end up making huge errors in judgment. And once a person takes his time to make judgment on this, they get wisdom in the process and they become clever and shrewd. Unlike a clever person, the beggar was shell-shocked that the iron railings turned into gold, and in the fit of shock, he fell over and died. So Buddha gives the final moral, and it's important to note. Buddha said that the touchstone is actually like happiness. Just like how the iron can be turned into gold just by a touchstone, in a similar way, the amount of happiness is the only truth in our lives. And he who doesn't know such happiness in his mind is a beggar. The touchstone of happiness helps our minds to blossom, brings contentment, and helps us to win over a lot of our battles of life. I sent forth myself to try and help him out, but due to him being such a half-wit, whatever wisdom I tried to give him, he felt very averse to it. This was due to the inferiority complex his ego had elevated, and due to the clouding of his mind and not listening to me, he was at a total loss. The beggar was miserable, and even God tried to help him, but due to his discontented nature, he couldn't even realize the help that God had sent him. The heartfelt life can be known only when you are happy, like the touchstone of happiness that hugs your mind and makes you exhilarating, delightful, and euphoric. What are your thoughts on Buddha's message to the beggar with the touchstone? Please do let me know in the comment section below. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so that I can continue making interesting and thought-provoking content. I will see you in the next video.